Oh, this is it, everybody. This is week 9. Hold on to your hats, because week 9 of the 10k and half marathon training plan is not just about the sessions that we did in the week to prepare for the race. It is everything. We are going to give you how we approach race day in terms of nutrition and hydration. We're going to give you how we approach the race in terms of strategy, in terms of pacing, everything that you may need to think of before you do your 10k or half marathon. And it's all going to be done, hopefully, fingers crossed, with a smile on our face. But first, cut to the highlights of the week. No. Now, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'll always say it. You cannot get any fitter this close to race day. It just doesn't happen physiologically. Usually your best training sessions need to be about 3 weeks to 2 weeks out. So here, this week was purely about keeping it on tick over, keeping our minds in the game, keeping our bodies in the game, but keeping us fresh so that we can go on race day all guns blazing. That's the plan, is to give it everything on race day, feeling really good when we wake up. And we're going to talk you through how to do that. So let's talk through the first session that we did this week, which was Tuesday. We only chose to train 3 times this week, and I say train, the race was the 3rd session. So here's the first session.
So Tuesday was the simplest run of them all. It was a run 5 kilometres along the Clong, and it was more for our mind than it was any physiological benefit. We did easy miles, we enjoyed the scenery, and we stayed in the game, and that's what this run was all about.
Now, I don't know about you, but I like a little livener at some point in the race week. I like to know that there is speed still in my legs, but without too much physical cost, as we said. So I came up with an interval session, and I didn't come up with it. I mean, I took it from someone else because that's what pretty much all sessions are. But I found an interval session that really works for me, and it really works for Mary. It wakes up a bit of speed, it makes you feel fast, gives you a bit of confidence, but there's very little physical cost. And that was done on Thursday.
Now, this interval session is probably the simplest interval session we do. It is so simple. It's a 5-minute, very easy warm-up, and then 10 times, 30 seconds hard, 30 seconds easy. Just 10 times, and then finish with a 5-minute cool down. It's a 20-minute session. It puts speed in your legs. It makes you feel fast, but it has bang for your buck. It's a HIIT session in its purest form with low physical costs so that you can do it quite near race day and you won't feel any negative side effects. It's a mental boost.
Took those 7 to get into it. Haven't done speed work for a while, so you kind of lose your technique a bit. But yeah, really driving the legs now, and it feels good.
It doesn't make it easier that it's over in the blink of an eye. That still hurts lots. Okay, where's Mary? Up there.
Done. Something awesome just happened. I think for the first time ever, I got probably only for 5 seconds, but down to 2:55 per kilometre. Wow, I feel like I just unlocked something in my legs. Just driving more. That was cool. Whew, buzzing.
And really, that was it. Those 2 sessions, we did very little more because I wanted to keep the legs fresh, and they gave us confidence going into the race. Definitely the interval session, we felt fast, we felt good. So now, it's all about race day and the strategy there. Now I'm going to talk you through a bit of my backstory so that you know why I've planned like I've planned, and I'm going to talk you through Mary's backstory so you know why she's planned like she's planned. Now, my half marathon PB is 1:16, which I don't think that I am capable of in this country at this point, and that's fine, and I accept that. But I still have my plan, and I still have everything around it that is going to lead me up to it and hopefully achieve what I would like to see as a sub 120 would be my plan. So let's talk nutrition first. I don't change anything in the week. I genuinely don't. I don't do anything like carb loading. I don't change the way that I eat in any way, because I eat a fairly balanced diet, which I think is pretty healthy and it keeps me happy. So my advice would be stick to what you know, don't change anything. And in the lead up as well, just drink loads of water in the week. Just keep yourself hydrated. Electrolyte tablets, if you have them, 1 a day. Just things that will keep you topped up. That's my tip. Again, don't try anything new in race week. Just stick to what you know and get yourself there, which takes you to race day. Let's talk pacing. And the brutal truth of this is that I generally have no idea. Like, I don't know how to pitch this, so I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to try it in the race, and we're going to see what happens to my body. This is the most genuine of experiments. The pace that I have run my PB at was 3:37 minutes per kilometre average for the half marathon. And whilst I appreciate that I'm not going to be able to run that here, I still have been running pretty decent times in training. I've run a 17:30 5K, which puts it at around 3:27s, I think. So I have it in my legs. It's now what will happen to my body during the heat, I guess. So I'm going to aim for 3:45s. That might be ambitious. I don't know. Luckily, it's an informal race. I get to see what happens to my body whilst doing that, but I'm going to aim for 3:45s. Mary is going to aim for 4:30s, and that's going to put her on the conservative side of her pacing ability, so she can run a 42-minute 10K, so that would put her at about 45 minutes. So that's our plan on the day. Whether our bodies allow it or not, now that's a different story. So what about nutrition on the day? Well, Mary's not going to take any gels. It's a 10K race. Neither of us take gels over a 10K, but I am. And you may have been watching a few videos in the past where I'm really ruining the fact that I can no longer get hold of Cis gels, which have been my go-to gels for many, many years. And I was searching around in Thailand. I was reaching out to a few kind of people that maybe knew gels in the area that they use, and I've found, I think I've found my go-to gel now for the races. These gels are called Ammo. They're not synthetic. They're not just a carbohydrate mixed with sugar. These are almost like pulped fruit. So yes, it tastes like eating baby food, but they give you the same carbohydrate hit and they're natural. I'm going to use one at 10K, one at 15K on the race, and we'll see how we go from there and see if it works. And hydration is simple. I'm just going to have an electrolyte drink beforehand and after. I don't know if I'm going to be able to drink during the race because I'm not taking a hydration vest. We'll see. And I'm just going to make sure that before I get to the start line, I'm fully hydrated. Have a good breakfast on the morning. Make sure I get a good coffee in. All of those things that I do week in, week out when I race. And that should put me in a good enough spot to at least have a good crack. And I'm really excited just to see what happens to my body. There's no pressure here. And that's a beautiful thing for me, is there doesn't feel like there's any pressure. It's just, this is an experiment ready for the big races coming. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna wash my hands. Goodbye to the 9-week training program. It is done. I hope that it brought you some kind of joy. I hope that it helped you in some way. I hope you took a nugget somewhere in those 9 weeks that you didn't know before that has helped you on your journey. Because if you have, we all win. Like I say, stick around. There is a ton of good stuff coming on the channel, and if there's any videos you want to see that you don't see on this channel, all you got to do is write it in the comments. I'm always taking subscribers' ideas all of the time. I love it. So give me your feedback and wish us luck for our race. I really think we're going to need it. I have no idea what the heat is going to do to us, but I'm excited nonetheless. See you Sunday. Deep breath.